Like, I have anxiety. I don't want to be around new people, but I love meeting new people. It's like, it's weird. Like, I get this pain in my chest. Like, no, I can't do this. I can't do this.
What's going on, y'all? This is That's So Stash, blog number Fizzle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
Today we're going to talk about anxiety.
Anxiety.
The reason we're talking about anxiety is because I just had a conversation yesterday with somebody who feels like exactly the same way I feel about anxiety, and I feel like it's alive and well. It's like a thing. It's a real thing. And him,
I do feel like it exists, but I feel like you can overcome it if you keep putting yourself out there. This episode, we pretty much gonna argue, and it's up to you guys to take whatever side, but I feel like we're all winners inside. So drop how you feel about anxiety in the comments below. Tips, advice that you can give with people that have anxiety. We're trying to overcome this. We just want to help people, so that's why we arguing today.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's start with this. Let's read the definition of anxiety.
do you even have it written down?
Yeah, I do, but I can't read it with my glasses this low.
The definition of anxiety is feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease about an event or something with an uncertain outcome. This definition, it doesn't really tell you the intensity of it. It's not like this nervousness, like, oh, okay, well, I have the jitters. Like, no, it's a pain. Physical, I cannot breathe. Like, I'm gonna cry right now type of pain. There's levels. Like, people can be nervous, but not everyone has anxiety. Like, for you, I feel like you get nervous. If you you get nervous. You don't have like this feeling that stops you from living your life. I feel like I don't even have it as bad as a lot of people. A lot of people, it affects their daily life, and it's like, it's worse than mine. They really can't breathe for anything. Like getting up, talking to their friends, doing anything, they can't do it. They just can't.
Do you think you can overcome anxiety though?
I don't know.
I think you can.
I think you can kind of like just do what you have to do, but I don't think you can overcome it. I think like, yeah, if you have to get in front of a crowd, you're going to get in front of the crowd and talk to them, but you're still going to be anxious, you're still going to be nervous.
That happens to everybody though.
No.
So everybody gets anxious, everybody gets nervous, everybody gets anxiety before they do something.
There's different levels.
Look, this says...
It's levels. There's different levels.
Whatever, Meek Mill. If you do something over and over and over again, you're going to get better at it. The anxiety is going to go away because you're putting yourself out there.
Absolutely not.
How?
No, because like I can go into a situation, like I'm always anxious. Like I don't want to talk to people, I don't want to answer the phone. I see my phone ringing, and it's like people I'm really cool with too. And I feel like, no, I can't answer this phone. Like they didn't give me the right amount of time to prepare for the phone call. Like I need to be prepared. Like
Really?
I'll have the conversation with them and it'll go great. It'll be like the best conversation I ever had, but the next time it happens, it's the same thing over and over again. It's a cycle. So like no matter how many times I do it, I can talk to this person every single day, but no matter how many times I do it, the anxiety is still there.
But I'm talking about getting up in front of people and speaking.
And it's the same concept. It's the same thing.
But with me, I have the total opposite thing. When I first started speaking to people, it was like hard. I used to get mad nervous, my mouth used to get mad dry. I could never do something like this. But like now it's like, it's natural. So when I get up there, like I'm having fun because I've put myself, like I'm comfortable with it now.
I don't consider that anxiety. I just feel like that's being nervous. Being nervous is natural, but anxiety is different. It's like a crazier, more extreme form of that, because it's like you don't ever get over anxiety. Like I've been in front of hundreds of people because I had school, I had to present projects and stuff, and people would look at me and say, wow, you didn't even look nervous at all. Like it's kind of like fake until you make it, but like in the meantime, my heart is just beating, I can barely breathe.
Let's say you had a job, right, where you had to answer phones every single day. Don't you think you'd get used to it?
No.
And second thing, if you had to public speak every single day, your body is going to be like, okay, cool, this is not...
I did have a job where I had to answer phones every single day. You know what I did? I didn't even answer the phone. I didn't answer the phone.
Don't hire her.
Yeah, I literally hated answering the phone. Every time I had to call somebody or they said do this, do that, like I hated it. I remember I was in scheduling at one point, and I had to call people for their appointments and stuff, and I would just like not do it.
But if you continue to do it, that anxiety should lessen. Either you can become better at something and continue to put yourself out there, or you can stay in that bubble of like, all right, I have anxiety, I'm scared, so I'm just not gonna say nothing.
No.
That's the thing. I'm not trying to make it like small, like it doesn't exist, but you're making that choice of like saying, I'm not going to do this. Thus, you're not putting yourself in a position where you can grow.
I'm not saying that you don't do anything, because like I have really high anxiety. It's like when we get invited out to networking events, when we get invited like to anything, even a game night or something. Like I'm like I have anxiety. I don't want to be around new people, but I love meeting new people. It's like, it's weird. Like I get this pain in my chest, like, no, I can't do this, I can't do this. And then I go there, I have a great time, but then the next time it happens again. It's not stopping me from doing anything, only because I was able to just like say, I have to do these things. I have to go out, I have to meet new people, I have to talk to different people, I have to take this phone call. Like, I tell myself I have to do these things in order to be successful, but it's not like the feeling's not there.
So your advice would be just do it.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Nike. So we're gonna end it off. That was our argument with 3 quick tips. First one we don't really agree on, but the last 2 we on the same page. The first one I always say is repetition. Do it over and over and over and over and over again, and eventually it goes away. Why don't you agree with me with that?
I don't agree with it because I feel like every time you do it, it's still gonna be the same feeling.
Yeah.
But what I do agree with is that you should do it over and over again. Like, you can't let a feeling like anxiety really affect you and affect how you live your life, because it's gonna affect a lot. It's gonna affect if you want to wake up in the morning. It's gonna affect if you want to go to an event, if you want to talk to a certain person who's gonna be like vital to either your career, your relationship, or anything. Like, it's really gonna affect a lot. It won't help, but it will really put you in the mind frame of, okay, I've done this before. Like, yeah, I get anxious. Yeah, it's gonna be like, I'm gonna feel really nervous, but you know, I've done this many times before.
Maybe it will lessen it a little bit. You're still going to get those same feelings. You're still going to have anxiety, but it's going to help because you're going to be familiar with the situation. Tip number 2 is fear is a natural reaction. We had this thing called the fight or flight. Fight or flight. That thing. I learned it in school mad long ago. Our minds and our brains and our bodies just pumping and drilling, and it just creates this reaction where we get anxiety so we don't hurt ourselves, right? But I feel like that fear is always, you have to just remind yourself that that fear is just a natural reaction. It's in your mind, and you can always physically put yourself out there.
That's very true. Last one. So it's not really a tip, but it's just like a reminder. Like, anxiety is probably never ever gonna go away. Like, there's really nothing you can, like, repetition, it'll help. Like, different things you do will help, but it's not gonna go away. So one thing that you should always remind yourself is that you have to do certain things in order to be successful, and no matter what you choose, in order to further your career, further your relationship, further anything that you put yourself into, just take yourself out of that, okay, I have anxiety, and just do it. Like, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna be really, really difficult, but just do it.
So yeah, again guys, let us know how you feel about anxiety. Do you have anxiety? How do you face your anxiety? Share tips so us as a community, we can learn together. Leave your comments below, and please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and just show us love if you actually vibe with us. Alright? Peace. You get nervous when I call you?
No, not you. Not you.
We're gonna be giving y'all 5 tips on anxiety today, right?
What?
My next tip would be, I can't see like that.
I don't even know why you keep doing that.
Oh y'all, this is That's So Stash vlog number Fizzle.
Is it?
Yes.